when they did absolutely nothing wrong, you're pushing us to the limit. And what do I mean by that? You're asking us to talk about history, the history of the South. This is in Georgia. What happened in Georgia? There were savages in Georgia. It was the ancestors of the white right-wingers. They were absolute savages. They murdered people, they lynched people, they raped people, they enslaved people. They took babies from their mothers and sold them as property. You want to talk about savages? Your ancestors were the biggest savages the world has ever seen. So don't you dare call a black man a savage after you murdered him. Don't you dare do that. I'm so sick of African Americans being called violent when the world's worst violence was done to them, not by them, to them, not by them. For God's sake, you want to do racist stereotypes? If it fit anywhere, and it doesn't, but if it fit anywhere, it would certainly fit white right-wingers in the South, who has hundreds of years of history of being savages. Savages. They snatched babies, and they sold them as property, and they were mothers. Savages. That's what they were. You want to talk about stereotypes? Screw all of you who still defend that Confederacy, that monstrosity. Anyone who defends that is a barbaric savage.
Man, I tell you what, nothing makes racist white people more pissed off than me, a white person, trying to educate about racism and trying to educate about what white privilege is and all these things. And it's so funny because these same people will argue with me till they are blue in the face about how they're not racist and we don't live in a racist institution and black and brown people have it so easy and racism doesn't exist anymore. But then they will turn around and say the most racist, ignorant, vile shit you've ever heard in your life. The disconnect is amazing. And this is why I make content like this, because it's so important, because we do live in a racist institution and we are all raised in racism as white people. This is simply a fact. And the crazy part about it is every one of us knows this. Even the ones who will sit there and fight with me to the death about it and act like it doesn't exist. Y'all know white people are racist. Y'all know about the casual racism, the casual microaggressions that we are raised in, no matter where we live in this United States of America. And this is why I will never stop. I will never stop trying to educate as a white person about racism and how we need to learn. We need to evolve. We need to do better. It's almost as if they feel like admitting to a racist institution or admitting to racism makes them this evil, terrible person. And so they would rather double down than to grow and be a good person. And that's so bad, because all that says to me is that you have a small mind and a cowardly soul. And I wish better for you than that, truly, because everything in your life will get better when you stop being so ignorant.
You know, I'm often very hard on white culture and whiteness, so I've been asked to say something in support of them. I mean, look, we did contribute like hummus, I think, or, you know, maybe vinaigrette dressing or something, I'm sure. But also, you know, through our forcing black folks to assimilate into our culture, I'm kind of with you white folks. Like, I'm tired of them behaving like us. Tired of their appropriation of our culture, right? You know, the violence against black folks, that's our thing, right? You know what I mean? The whole competing on who's got the flyer rides, the competition, instead of celebrating each other. That's on us, isn't it? That's our thing. That's what we do. We compete. You know, who's going to be the richest, who's going to be the wealthiest. That's our thing. They need to stop doing that. It's really irritating. I understand why we want to get away from them. You know, let's see, what else do they do that we can't stand? The acting like people are bothering them when they have some needs or something, you know, like, I made this is mine, that very individualistic thought process. You know, that's us. I'm with you. I'm starting to see the way now. I think white folks we do need to get away from them. We need to leave them alone and stop forcing them to assimilate, stop trying to educate them by not teaching them about their own ways. We need to stop letting them come down to our low level of vibration. It really is bothersome to see them operating on a low level of vibration when we know they have been historically operating on a much higher spiritual level than we have. I'm with you. I really think that they need to leave us alone and stop assimilating into our culture just because we control the resources or whatnot, just because we provided the drugs and the guns and we manipulate through the media. They need to stop that. They're acting like us, aren't they? And we don't like it. At least that's what the media teaches me, that how black folks act, and the media wouldn't lie. So I'm with you. Go back up to that higher level of vibration and show us the love and protection and appreciation and how we should be behaving. Stop acting like us at this low level. My gosh.
Hello guys, welcome back to my social commentary. I hope we all are doing good and where we are watching this video. As we can see that there are some whites that are speaking up and holding up to what is the truth, because I don't see why you consider someone that came to this world just the same way you did, why you, because of color, you will start finding it difficult to relate with the person. Thank you for the lady that said that they are in a racist institution, that they are being taught this in school. So let's watch the video. If this is your first time of coming to this channel, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.
Video is about black people and how they're actually superior, not just physically and all this and genetically and all that stuff, but actually they're the chosen people. Not all black people, but a lot of them, and even I could say, I don't know if I could say most of them, but many of them. Specifically the people that are living in America, and specifically the people who have been sent all over the earth on slave ships. Those people are superior, even in the Most High's eyes himself, because those people are the Israelites. And there's a scripture that says, not only it says if you bless them you'll be blessed, but there's also one that says you have to cling to them or you can't even be saved. So for one, that means acknowledging who they are, obviously. And for two, it means reading even their own scriptures, because these scriptures are not for everyone. They're for them.
I don't mean to say this like to be disrespectful, and maybe this is, some people are gonna think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, you know, people of color and specifically the black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, like, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about black history and the ways that, you know, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, what if, I have this theory that, like, what if black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born with something very valuable that we don't really know about in power. Maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to, like, get rid of them, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about that is linked to them being people of color, you know? And I've seen some black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties. But I don't know, I just feel like I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize, because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there are some black creators that maybe they already made a video and I just didn't see it. I don't know, but like, I don't know, maybe this sounds dumb. Or maybe this is like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but you know, it's just something I was thinking about.
Melanin absorbs light, EMF, and sound, then converts that into biological energy, which is basically it taking all of those things and then turning it into fuel for the body. And scientists actually discovered that melanin can generate electric current from light with no wires. So like a melanated being standing out in the sun literally charges them up like a battery. Like quite literally having melanin is like being a battery. And like it can conduct electricity. It is used in supercomputing. It's found deep in the brain, in the parts of the brain where it's, you know, dealing with awareness and consciousness and like your reality. And so I'm just like thinking all of these things that are tied to melanin, and it just seems like this magical thing. Like even in Egypt, they thought of it as some magical black substance. You know what I mean? They thought of it as a divine, magical thing. And so I'm thinking maybe, you know, some other people had that awareness as well and knew about that. And that's why melanated beings were treated as such throughout history. Like maybe the knowledge that's hidden within, you know, the Vatican, let's say, maybe there's some knowledge about melanin and what it really is and what it really does and what it truly means. And that's why melanated beings were not treated correctly throughout all of history. Because like they had some knowing about what it truly meant. It just seems like it's magical. Like I'm gonna look more into it, but it genuinely seems like melanin is magic. I'm just saying.
Yo guys, thank you for watching the video. Tell us what you think about it in the comment section. And if this is your first time of seeing this video, do well to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this to pop up your screen. You are welcome.